Okay. Let's go. How are we on this fine Wednesday? Wednesday, cold. Not even that cold, 60 degrees. Again, I tell you, if I had $5 every time I come up in the morning and say it was raining, I wouldn't have any bills. We'll just put it that way. So, um, real quick, I left a link in the description for those of you who are here are going to watch later. I left a link in the chat, I should say, to the new locals community. Thank you, Patel. Thank you, Patel Ron, for helping set me up there and help me figure out what to do over there. Within the next week or so, once I learn how to do it all, we're going to be doing streams over there on locals, where let's just say we'll include things that we're not allowed to do here on YouTube. And but I don't see exactly what it's going to be yet because I don't know what the first stream is going to be, whether it's going to be a game or similar kind of experience. So follow us over on locals, and there's that. So we got Boba and Net tonight. I know I've seen somebody saying the U.S. Olympic. Let's see, the jerseys are out. Let's see, are they on Twitter? What do we got? Um, I'm just going to assume it's on Twitter. If somebody can send me the link to that, I'll check that out. Bubba's in net tonight because why would we give Tarasov 2 games in a row? We're supposed to give Bob a vacation. Colin says I had the honor to experience a 10-1 beatdown, not in a fun way yesterday, and working. It was 4-0 after one. I made a joke saying, imagine if they got 10 goals and you're only joking. Hey, Mike, should win 7 on the next 10. Friday's game is guaranteed win. All right, I'll put my money on that. USA hockey jerseys look good, if a bit predictable. At least they're better than France's. Yeah, is it over on Twitter? I agree, Strafossi. Knight should get himself a start. So yeah, things are getting interesting in Edmonton. We only had the one game last night, and what was it, 8-3? Oh, come on, computer, let's go. What the heck is this? Oh, every time my Google Chrome updates now, they switch me back to Yahoo. I don't want Yahoo. I don't want Yahoo as my search engine. This is the third time now that Chrome is just automatically taking my search engine and putting it at Yahoo instead of Google. And then when I go to do something, I'm like, why does this all look different? The search is different. So yeah, I thought there was only one game yesterday. Yeah, the Stars beat the Oilers 8-3. So that's not good. Where are they? 25 points. I mean, what are they? 2 points out of a playoff spot? Yeah, they'll be okay. They'll be all right. Hey, Jameson, how you doing, bud? You got some? Did I get some good sleep last night? Yeah, yesterday was a day. That's what I will call yesterday. I did not get what I set out to do. I didn't get. I can't talk. Let's try this again. Yesterday, I did not accomplish what I set out to accomplish. Yeah. And this morning, the brain's clearly not working. Hey, Mythical. Yeah, this for those of you who are wondering, this is the design that my daughter made for me. It's actually for sale in the Teespring store. If you go to see merch, you can buy shirts with this design on it. And she had somebody do this for me about a week after Fluffy passed. So it's just a Saint Bernard playing with the little baby panther, and they got the hockey stick and the puck and all of that. I wear this shirt all the time, man. Hey, Derek, how you doing, buddy? Bill, how's it going? JC. Silva says, wonder if Zito's going to get anyone from Vancouver. I know he said no trades, but there's a bunch of great players we could get from the Knuckles. I mean, you know the deal. We'd have to send money back the other way. and based on current performances, the last thing I think we can't trade Rodriguez. Can't trade Rodriguez because Rodriguez is filling in for Barkov right now better than anybody else did. Not that he's doing what Barkov would do, but he's doing what Rodriguez would do well enough that we don't feel like, oh my God, we don't have a number one center. He's playing out of his mind. Or the Oilers getting Saros. I just wonder how much of Saros's poor play is depression, right? Like you wouldn't think you'd be depressed playing in Nashville, but when you know that the team is just going to suck and nothing's happening, he definitely looked very dejected. Was it the third or the fourth goal? One of the goals, it just went in the net, and he was just like, he just looked very dejected. Real says, I was seeing Bennington and Saros rumors, but like it's not just a goalie problem for the Oilers. No, it's not. That's for sure. It's what happens when you give guys like Evan Bouchard $10.5 million. Hungry says there was someone unironically claiming that Will Smith is better than Barkov. Nice. So it says, you're sure they'd take Verhaeghe? Yes, but remember, would Verhaeghe go? Remember, everybody's got no move clauses, basically. I mean, not that we would get rid of any of these guys, but Barkov, Kachuk, Reinhart, Lundell doesn't, but right? You're not trading Luostarinen, you're not trading Marchand. So if we were going to add anybody, I don't know where they'd play. I mean, forget about the money. Even if we just were able to afford it, where are they going to play? Jameson says Canucks want picks and young players. I don't think the Panthers have anything Vancouver wants. Not nobody named Akasamuskevich, that's for sure. Craig, yeah, Erod's been money, man, no doubt. No doubt. They want a draft pick and a prospect for O'Reilly. Well, let's put it this way. Unless I hear it from the team themselves, or maybe, and I mean maybe, one of the bigger nationally known NHL writers. If it's just a YouTuber or people picking things up off of Reddit and all of that, I'm never going to believe it because I know how the Panthers run their organization. They're tight-lipped, and trade rumor videos do well. That's what I'll say. If it's an actual, if it's Friedman or one of the maybe two or three guys that you can actually trust that has decent information, yeah. But I mean, I don't know why. I don't know. Let me see. Come on, Jaws, spell. Right. So yeah, I just don't understand. So I know obviously we're talking about a pick and prospects for Riley. Where? Like where? We're gonna do put him on a bottom pair. I mean, Kulikov is gonna come back, right? And how much is Riley's? Oh, he's making $7.5 million, and he's got this year, and he's on the fourth year of an 8-year deal. I don't know where people get these ideas. I honestly don't know. Jameson says Vancouver trades Evander Kane for Samo and Devine. Somebody, do we got a mod in here? Somebody ban Jameson. Real says, John, stop denying the pasta trade rumors. It's happening any day now. I know. Well, obviously, with the Bruins, the Bruins being in a playoff spot. They can't have that. They're ruining the tank. So I'm assuming they're going to start selling off players any day now. It is what it is. It comes with the territory. It used to be the same way for the Dolphins back when Stephen Ross would spend money all over the place. Every player that ever existed that could possibly be traded, I heard the Dolphins are interested. All the media would say, I heard the Dolphins are interested. Ekblad, Forsling, Mikula, and and Jones, like what? Why would we be interested in Morgan Riley? What are we going to do? Trade Jones? Don't you know what I mean? So I get a kick out of it, though. But hey, like I said, trade rumor videos they do well. So maybe I'll start making spoof trade videos. Maybe we'll do that, and then what we'll do is we'll see what percentage of people take me seriously. Like you guys would know to not take it seriously. But I wonder what percentage of the people would if I just came up with these wild trade scenarios and just presented them as did the whole clickbait thumbnail and be like, you won't believe this. This is insane. All of that garbage. And then tell I heard, there's rumors, there's talk. That's my favorite way that they pass off bullshit that they don't know. There's talk about the Panthers, blah, 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 blah. And the talk is some schmuck on Twitter with 3 followers, which sometimes those schmucks on Twitter with 3 followers actually help you make good content. Because in the video that I predicted the Tkachuk trade, I was pissed off about some schmuck with 3 followers on Twitter talking about wanting to trade Anton Lundell. I was bored. I had a migraine. I was drugged up. And so I was just I was this old man yelling at cloud, and I happened to get the trade right. So sometimes those little things that aggravate you can serve a purpose, right? So it says, I would kill to see Kiefer Sherwood on the Cats, though I'm going to miss him on the Canucks. So the Canucks they're falling apart. She's 20 points. And, it just starts to happen. You know what I mean? You look at the Bruins last year. I think we all kind of knew if you looked at the Bruins roster, it's not the worst team in the conference. You know what I mean? But every once in a while, you get that year where a team that should at least be decent to mid, when it doesn't happen and they realize that it ain't our year, then all of a sudden, the bottom falls out and you get things like last year with the Bruins finishing worse than the Sabres. Hungry says, I wonder what the odds are to Preds being able to get rid of Stamkos. JC says Panthers trading for Kopitar for 1C until Barkov comes back for the playoffs while he moved to 4C. So, I don't know. Stamkos' contract is going to be right here because we looked it up a million times. He's in four. So how many more years? He's got this year and 2 more. Let's be honest. All he is at this point is barely he's a 4C that probably doesn't have any physicality left in his game. Like any of the times I've seen him skating, he's just a guy out there, Goats there. Hey, Jaws, hope you and Kyle are ready for tonight. We're good. We are good. Evil McDonald says Preds have a lot of older talent. They're going to want young talent from us for Stamkos and O'Reilly. That's the rumor. Who's it's all over lead scorers and puck droppers. They're all full of shit. I don't even know who those people are, but they're all full of shit. That has got to be one of the dumbest things that if anybody with a half of a hockey brain will look at our team, why in God's name would we be interested in Stamkos or Riley unless they were free? That's what I don't understand. That's the thing that just irritates the hell out of me. Yeah, Leafs Discord. Well, if it's Leafs Discord, then that goes without saying. Hey, Deborah, how you doing? I mean, even if Stamkos says, I mean, there's still $4 million for 4 more years. Like where and why? You know what I mean? It just wouldn't make any sense. It just wouldn't make and with Riley, the dude's making $7.5 million. Now we talked about Svechnikov a couple of days ago. Same kind of deal, only he's obviously, younger and has got some value. Now he's got 7.75 as his contract. Now, sure, would we on paper in the for a hockey trade, would you trade Svechnikov for Verhaeghe? Probably. But for the locker room, I could see where it would happen. But at the same point, I don't really know if that solves the issues that we have right now, because the issue that we have right now is that we're 2-time Stanley Cup champs and we've got all the players, they're just injured. Like, to me, honestly, not us talking about it, but to me, making a bunch of trades at this point would ruin what we already have going. Like if we didn't have these injuries, nobody would be talking about trading anybody. Chicken Chuck's going to be back in less than a month. Craig says those rumors are as likely as Marino starting for the next Finns game. I don't know. It might be a better chance of me starting for the next. You know what I mean? Might be a better chance of me starting. So it is what it is. Hungry says sounds a lot like Boston to Florida, according to the soccer correspondent in Czech. Yeah, remember that. Yeah, Hungary, I remember that. Right? Panthers need young players, not old plus 34 has-been players. No doubt. Now, Stamkos is the kind of guy that comes to the Panthers when he's 35 and he doesn't have a contract and he makes the team on a PTO and you throw his ass out there at 4C and you're pleasantly surprised that he has a little bit of gas left in the tank. It's not our fault that Nashville paid him $8 million a year for what he did in Tampa. Don't make any sense. So it says, agree or disagree, I think Greer may be the best fourth line winner we've had this cup window. It's real close with Lomberg, but you're probably right. You're probably right. I mean, Lomberg, we all love Lomberg, right? You know what I mean? But Greer is definitely a guy that you could put on your third line, obviously, as you've seen, and get dividends. So Jason says Leafs Discord just making stuff up to distract from their miserable season and Marner flourishing in Vegas. All right, Rosado, good to see you. That's one way to come to the chat. So Q is the leading candidate for the Jack Adams. Wouldn't that be wild? Yeah, I saw that, Hawk, out at the Leafs fans are scapegoating Stolars. I'm sure somebody would be willing to take him on. Now you want to talk about trades? I'm sure there's plenty of teams that wouldn't mind, because Stolar's contract's not all that bad, right? I mean, let's see. Didn't he just sign it? Yeah, in September 25. So it's a 3.75. It's a 4-year deal at 3.75. I'm sure Edmonton would love Stolars. Hawkow says, Josh, people who don't watch the Atlantic don't understand our easy games are coming up while Montreal already had their easy streak and is now struggling. Well, I know they started off hot. That's for sure. Their goaltending has just gone through the ringer. I don't want to call any of the games easy because we've lost to who? The Ducks. We've lost to the Sharks. We lost to the Sabres. They're games we should win. I'm willing to go there. Yes, Strafossi. Silva, yeah, Lomberg, Stenlin with Greer. I think we looked up Stenlin. I don't think Stenlin's doing all that great right now. I think that's what I remember. Let me see. We were looking at something. Maybe it was shot. Yeah, it was shot percentage. Because we were talking about for Hagee. Yeah, Stenlin's had a little bit of a drop off right now. I mean, he's only 29. But his shot, he's having an off season in terms of shot percentage. His shot percentage is only at 5. He's got 1 goal right now. Last year he had 14. His face-off percentage is only at 50%. Last year his face-off percentage was at 59.1. So, but I'm still sure he's a very viable player. Well, he had 11 goals with us, 14 last year, and then this year he's not even on pace for 10. Vince says, what about Hughes, though? Do we really believe he'll stay in Vancouver? This might be interesting, but probably next fall. Now, we want to talk about possibilities of trades after this season. I mean, anything can happen, especially if you don't win the cup again. You know, you could see some kind of movement. Now, hold on a second. Let me look at this real quick. Now, this is I mean, what they're going to want for Hughes is just going to be absurd, though, right? Salary isn't bad. He's got this year and he's got next year. What's that? Just about $8 million. I mean, who are we replacing? You know, are you gonna? I mean, you want to move Jones for Hughes? Like it's going to take more than that. You know what I mean? It would take you'd be looking at, because Jones is gonna. I say Jones because of the salary situation. But why would Vancouver trade Hughes for Jones? You know what I mean? Like, I think we got our guys. Vincent says Svechnikov doesn't look like much of an upgrade over Verhaeghe. He's weird because he should be better than he is, but he's not. Yeah, it's one of those guys where you just you can see the talent, but sometimes it just doesn't quite translate as much as you would like to. Hey, David, your only day off, so you pulled a Kyle and just woke up. Congratulations. Congratulations. How about Devine, Gadjevich, Stenlin, fourth line next year? Now, don't leave out Schwint. Don't leave out Schwint. I do hope Devine sticks around, for sure. What we really need to do before we even think about any possible trades is we need the Bobrovsky extension, because we don't, Zito needs to know what number he's working with there. You got to have the Bobrovsky extension. You got to give Samoskevich a contract, even though I know he's still going to be RFA. I mean, the kid took a pay cut to fit under the cap. My assumption is that he's dealing on a handshake deal, that he's going to get paid this year, up next year when Bob's contract, maybe drops off a little bit and the cap goes up. I mean, how many times do you see a kid get 15 goals and take a pay cut? So I got to believe there was a handshake deal of, hey kid, give me one more year and we'll take care of you next year, make it up to you. So I don't think Samoskevich is going anywhere for sure. Trade Carter for Brady? I mean, sure, but why would nobody in the Eastern Conference is going to help us? Like, there's nobody that's going to help us. That's the thing. Kevin says Bouchard makes way more than Forsley. No way Florida can afford an elite defenseman like Hughes. We don't need it. Hey, Castle, yeah, the Stars looked good last night. For sure. Like, JC says, will Calgary ever pick up a phone call from Zito and make a deal? Do they have anybody we would want? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But I'm good with the team. You know what I mean? Like, do you guys understand that the dude that is filling in for Barkov right now, that we don't have room for him on the ice if everybody's healthy? That's how friggin' deep we are right now. I mean, unless you're going to sit Samoskevich again in the playoffs, and I don't think that's going to happen. You could put we could end up with Rodriguez at 4C, but we probably can't because of cap constraints. That's the whole thing. I mean, I would be told I don't understand. I'll be straight with you guys. I love engaging with you all, but I don't understand why anybody wants to trade anybody with the exception of if we had to. You know what I mean? Like, I can understand the whispers about Verhaeghe, but in terms of the team that we have, like, we got 2 cups. Like, and we still got all the guys. You know what I mean? Like, we got 2 cups, guys. Like, we have accomplished. We have climbed the mountain. We did it. You know what I mean? I know that we're used to trying to plug holes and all of that, but we don't have room for the guys that we have by a long shot. You know what I mean? And we've got a whole ass all-star team on IR. I mean, you know, between Barkov and Kachuk, that's 2/3 of a top line right there. We got a whole ass 4th line between Nosek, Gadjevich, and Schwint. Just gone. It's just we got a freaking half of an all-star team on IR. Rosado says, I think Bob retires if we win the cup. It's an interesting thought, Rosado. Vincent says there are other options. We need a pure goal scorer sniper. We have enough two-way cautious forwards. Give you the devil himself. Cody says Samo should get a Lundell deal. Probably. I mean, I don't know if 5. I don't know about 5, but I think he might get a shorter deal, like a 2-year deal, because we're still going to have to pay Bob 7 or 8, I would think. Here comes David. See, this David's speaking my language. We aren't making any trades. This is our team. We're injured and still hanging tough. Can't just ditch guys who took less to stay because the team is injured. And that's a big point. That is a huge point that we don't talk about enough. All these guys, whether we agree or not on how much more they could have made, they all, for the most part, they all took less on that next deal. I mean, for crying out loud, Gustav Forsling don't even make $6 million. Now, it's not just about trading one individual guy. It's about, hey, man, I took 6 when I could have gotten 8, so you could sign that guy. And now you traded that guy, and now I'm screwed out of my $2 million. I took $2 million less because we were building something here and everybody was going to stay. There's a whole another aspect to the trade part that if you go dicking around and moving some of these guys, the other guys who took less money be like, well, remind me why I took less money now? And it could get, I agree 100% with David. You can't just ditch guys who took less to stay because the team is injured. Now, Verhaeghe needs to step his ass up. All that said. Mythical says, I don't know if we re-sign Bob. He's going to want way too much. Nah, he's going to take a pay cut. Yeah, they probably have his number blocked, Rosado. Kevin says Leafs are tanking so that Buffalo or Calgary don't get McKenna and trade him to us for cheap. Yeah, now that's funny. Praga says Calgary has said they don't want to trade Kadri. Hey, good. I mean, they had 96 points last year. What in the hell is going on over there? It's wild. Hey, Trent. Real says, but I want to upset another fan base by trading for a beloved player. I mean, that's a viable thing, but it can't. I mean, it would have to be for peanuts. You know what I mean? Like, who sucks right now that also has players that would benefit us and we can afford? Like, does Calgary even have anybody? And where? And that's to me, that's the biggest thing is like Barkov, Reinhart, Tkachuk, Bennett, Lundell, and Lundell, Lusterine, and Marchand. So let's just start there. Barkov, Reinhart, and we're not even put Tkachuk there. We'll put Verhaeghe there. So Barkov, Reinhart, Verhaeghe, Bennett, Tkachuk, Samoskevich. Now the only person there in that top six that anybody would even remotely consider moving would be Verhaeghe. But wait, that still leaves us with Lundell, Lusterine, and Marchand, which theoretically is more like the second line now anyway. I haven't even said Rodriguez yet, right? So we could put Rodriguez at 4. We could have a fourth line in the playoffs, but we couldn't afford it. See, that's the thing. So, because I was going to say you could have a fourth line of Rodriguez and Gadjevich and Greer, but you can't afford to have Rodriguez on the ice with everybody else. So if you were going to do something, if you moved Verhaeghe to fix the salary cap, maybe, but I don't know how the locker room would go for that. That's the other part to us. Hungry says Edmonton really effed us up with the Kane. Yeah, having it be 1 year early really kind of screwed things up. Praga says I would seriously consider trading Swaggy, but a change of scenery might do him good. The thing and the thing is, I agree with what Craig is saying. Is just saying sit guys, don't trade them. Yeah. Cody says, LOL, 9 players were injured last week on a team of 20. No team is built for that, and yet we are surviving. We don't need anyone. Yeah, like I've said it 1,000 times, we don't have room for the players that we have. You know what I mean? Like it could legitimately be down to, if Barkov says, hey, I can come back, and we have to tell him, well, no, wait, because we don't want to have to trade guys because we can't afford him if he comes back. Unless somebody else, like we've talked about, unless somebody else was to get injured. Silva says, we all know this is the best possible Panthers team, but if we didn't float dumbass trade rumors, what else would we talk about? Oh, I agree with that. I understand what you're saying. I just get a kick out of some of the rumors that start elsewhere. You know what I mean? That's what I get a kick out of, is like the Leafs fans talking about that we're going to go get Stamkos. There were people saying, a couple of the YouTubers a month ago or something were saying that we're going to get Stamkos. And I'm like, do people even think before they make those videos? Like, why? Like, if we actually got Stamkos, if it actually happened, I would probably shave the beard and paint my face blue. That's, I mean, just like, why? Why would, if he was making minimum wage the last year of a deal and you want to throw him on the roster for depth in case 5 guys get injured in the playoffs, maybe. But the dude's making $8 million. Like, if not you people, but if people elsewhere are going to make up trade things, at least make it like seem reasonably possible. Vincent says 2 cups. What are you talking about? It's in the past already. Am I from Toronto? Living in the past is the loser's way. Vincent, when I say we have 2 cups, it is the present. Like they're ours until somebody takes them away. We don't give us another one. So that's not even about the past. That's the present right now. Like, it's not like, remember when we were cup champions? No, those cups are ours. Eventually somebody's going to take them, but that's right now. That's ours. That's when I say we have 2 cups, I mean, right now, nobody's taking them from us. David says, I'm still unsure why you think Sasha will be back this year. It's a very serious injury and must fully heal. It isn't an elbow, and he must be strong and work perfectly. Return too soon might re-injure the leg. So I understand what you're saying. The assumption is, I guess, basically, according to everybody who knows him and is around the team, everybody who knows him is like, yeah, he's going to be back. Now, I can't go by anything more than that. You know what I mean? 7 to 9 month, 7 to 9 month time frame. So if it's 7 months, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. So theoretically, if he's on schedule or even a little bit ahead of schedule, theoretically, it seems reasonably possible. Certainly, it seems reasonably possible to the point where you wouldn't want to make any roster moves unless you knew for sure he wasn't coming back. If he had some kind of setback and they were like, nah, man, he's going to need an extra couple of months, then all right, then maybe you go out and do something. Braga says, agree, try to get Bob to sign for $7 or $8 million. Yeah, 2 or 3 years, 7, 8. Trey thinks it's going to be a 3 by 8.25, right? Kenneth. Kenneth, go take that to Leafs Discord, and I bet you they jump all over that. Flames trade Uyghur and Huberto to Panthers for Tkachuk and Bennett. Should we just give them Verhaeghe for good measure? No, we'll give them Greer since they like to take our 4th liners too. Hey, Kevin, how you doing, bud? I hope we're winning against the Flyers as well. Kevin says, Canadian fans are very pissed off that Sam Bennett is on the Olympic team. They want him replaced with regular season players, even though the Olympics is a tournament format, which Bennett is great at. I think I speak for just about most every Panther fan when I say if they wanted to remove Bennett from the Olympic team, I think we'd all be just fine with that. There might be a few people that differentiate there. I think most of us would rather Sam Bennett be sitting somewhere on a beach sipping Mai Tais with Tkachuk, but that would mean Tkachuk would have to miss the Olympics too. So if they wanted to suspend all of the Panther players from the Olympics because 2-time Stanley Cup champion players should not be allowed to be on the Olympic teams, make up a rule. We're fine with it. Trust me. After what happened to 4 Nations last year, we're going to be watching every game like, don't get hurt. Don't go into the boards. Don't. It's going to be nerve-wracking. Mike says, who wouldn't want to live and play in paradise? And that's the other thing, right? Is half the time I just wonder if the rumors get started by the agents of the players that, hey, man, start a rumor that the Panthers are interested in me. You know what I mean? Am I going to post the pics today? Damn it, Colin. You had to remind me about that. I knew there was a reason I should have done it. I'm so slammed today. If I don't get the video out, I think what I'll end up doing is getting the video out early in the morning tomorrow because Donna and I are going to be doing 2 of the games tomorrow. So I don't think I'm going to get it done this afternoon because I got to go do the Thanksgiving grocery shopping. I'm so looking forward to that. So I think the video will be out in the morning since I won't be having a noon stream. Yeah, no noon stream here tomorrow. I should let you guys know. But wait, we play today. I take that back. We play today, so there will be a noon stream tomorrow. but then we're going to have to head right. It'll be a little bit early, the noon stream tomorrow, because we're going to be, Don and I are going to be doing 2 of the football games, the 1 o'clock and the 4:30 tomorrow. I don't know if Kyle's going to be here in the morning or not. I got to work on that. Hey, Death Oilers, fire Knobloch. Man, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not sorry that it was our team that did it to you, but losing twice like that, and now it obviously looks like, wouldn't exactly say the wheels are falling off, but guys need a tune-up, man. It's hard. It is hard to have sustained, success like that every single year. And I thought when McDavid, that was a concern of mine. When McDavid re-signed, I said, oh shit, they're going to be on fire now. Because I thought that would eliminate like the biggest stress and pressure that the Oilers had was, okay, we know we got McDavid for a couple more years. We can dive in and dig in, and we don't have to worry about the all the chatter about, is McDavid going to get traded? But now, I don't know, because if the Oilers, I mean, they're only 2 points out of a playoff spot. But if for some reason the Oilers were going to get, another month in and be, 5-6 points out, McDavid's contract is extraordinarily tradable at that price point. You know what I mean? Now, he probably wouldn't want that, but I don't know. Now, if the Panthers want to, if somebody wants to start the rumor that we're going to trade Verhaeghe, Boqvist, and Rodriguez for McDavid, if somebody wants to start that rumor, I'll listen. It's still too much, though. We can't give up that many players, but we got to make room for the salary. So something would have to happen. But yeah, man, Oilers. Is that a general consensus, Death Oilers? You guys, are people blaming Knobloch for what's going on? Hey, Craig, yeah, Swiggy's backhander opened up his scoring now, right? Derek says, I don't like that they moved the Lions-Packers game from traditional 12:30 to 1 o'clock. Yeah, it looks a little bit odd. Prague says, Calgary missed playoffs by 1 point, and Wolf is looking, well, he was looking strong, right? This year, not as much. Hey, Trent. Tim says, Ryan O'Reilly is Conn Smythe winner center, and that's the rumor the Panthers are signing. But who's the rumor? Who's starting the rumor? Oh, from Nashville? That now the reason why that would seem to be maybe possible, what's his contract though? So he's got this year and next year with a cap hit of $4.5 million. Even if Nashville was going to eat half of that, because you're going to put Riley on, you're going to put him on the fourth line unless you're moving Rodriguez, unless you're trading Rodriguez to bring in O'Reilly. I don't know. I don't know. What's the word I'm looking for? Locker room wise, I just don't really feel like any of that needs to happen. Hungry says it's Bowman, not because he can't get a goalie, the 9 to 10 million Nurse. I know, right? 9 million to Nurse, 10 to Bouchard, right? That's wild, man. Now, if Stolarz went to Edmonton, well, yeah. Vincent says, Jaws is defending Verhaeghe like he did Huberto. Give me a break. How long until he makes the Jostradamus video? I was defending Lundell, though. But I did talk about how Huberdeau I thought was better than Barkov when he gave effort. Silva. Yeah, I don't want. Kevin says last year the rumors was the last year the rumor was Leafs had a huge offer for Marchand and Bennett, and the Panthers screwed them out of it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was all but done for those two going according to Leaf fans. Yeah, I remember that. Look, I say it all the time. Leaf fans are just gaslit. A lot of times they just gaslight themselves. Like somebody makes a post and somebody says maybe it could happen, and then somebody says, I think I heard it might happen. And before you know it, they think they've uncovered a rumor, but it's just something that they just made up. Hungry says it'd be funny to have a minimum wage Stamkos on the team. He looks so bad, though. David says the naysayers and trolls and fair weather fans all freaking out when we had a half of a starting team out. Kevin says, so now the Leafs are left with no replacement for Marner. Right, because the Panthers pulled Marchand and Bennett out from under them. I mean, yeah. I don't think Bennett was ever going anywhere, to be honest with you. Craig thinks, yeah, Barkov will be back for the playoffs. I agree with you there. What are my picks for tomorrow's games, Colin? Let me see. I don't want to do the scores. Boy, I think the Cowboys are going to beat the Chiefs. I think the Ravens are going to beat the Bengals. And God help me, the Packers and Lions. I can't possibly trust the Lions, but it's a home game. No, I think Green Bay is going to beat them. I don't trust Detroit. Man. Green Bay, Dallas, and Baltimore. Yeah. I just can't trust Detroit, man. They break my heart. Absolute says, I disagree. I hope Bennett makes the Olympics so Leafs and Oilers fans have to root for him. All right, that's fair. That's fair, real. Yeah. That's fair. David, I wish the Cats would pass on the Olympics. I get it. Flames, you think they're going to take McKenna? Are they in? I know they're in the discussion, but where are they? Preds at 16, Flames at 19. You guys are going to have a hard time out-tanking the Preds because the Preds likely will move on from their goaltending, where obviously the Flames are probably not. And let's face it, Calgary was a good team last year, 96 points. I think that's going to end up going to Nashville. I just don't think Calgary is going to be able to out-tank Nashville. I mean, Nashville's in an entirely different, they've got a minus 29 goal differential in 22 games. You know how hard it is to lose that many games by that many goals? It's going to be close. Colin says Jones might have a chance to make Team USA, but it's a long shot. He's played well, though, for sure. Progress says, I really think the Avs or Ducks coming out of the W. Oilers, where's the D and who's the goalie? I don't believe they will return to the Stanley Cup final, plus Dallas is truly pissed off about last year. Yeah, it doesn't look like Edmonton's making it back. But then again, people probably say the same thing about Florida right now, too. Yeah, exactly, David. The Preds, they got to all want it. You can see the body language. They're just waiting for the trade deadline. You got to figure some of those. I don't know where they're going to send them. Now, Marchessault is probably movable, right? I'm not talking about for us. What's his contract? 5-year, $27.5 million. So his deal is year 2. So this one, and then 3, 4, 5. I'm sure someone would take Marchessault. If the Preds like $1.5 million, and you had Marchessault at 4 for the last years of his career, but they gave him that contract so late. They paid these guys for what they had done previously. It's just wild. Death Oilers says a lot of Oilers are angry with Knobloch because sometimes he messes with the lineups. Yeah, I get it. It's hard, man. When the whole team's not playing well, it's hard to find lines that move, that work. Knobloch says, Real says Knobloch's made the Cup Finals in his first 2 seasons. That's right. Wouldn't fire him yet. You guys need to fix the defense and goaltending. That's on the GM. Well, yeah, the money that they have tied up, guys, I mean, the money they have tied up in their defense. Now, just think about what the Panthers have tied up. They got Bouchard, 10.5, Nurse, 9.25, Ekholm, 6, Wallman at 3.4 now, but then it moves to 7 next year. So between Bouchard, Nurse, Ekholm, and Wallman, 19, 23, 30, they're going to have just about 31, 19, 15, 19. They're going to have just about $31 million in their top 4. $31 million in their top 4D. Comparatively, the Panthers have 13, 18, 24 million in their top 4D. With Jones leading the way, and that's not even a contract that we signed him to. He's got 7. Ekblad's got 6.1. Forsling's at 5.75. And Mikla next year kicks in at $5 million. That's a whole ass another $7 million that we have. And then where is that money going? Bobrovsky. And that's how you do it, right? Trent says, would I agree Shane Doan will be the best owner of the Arizona Coyotes? Man, I just want somebody that's going to keep the team there and make it work. I'm not going to pretend to know all the intricate details, but I still have my Kachina jersey hanging up over here thanks to Jameson, and I feel bad for them, man. And of course now the Mammoth are good, Yeah, so what do we got tonight? We got a bunch of games tonight. What do we got? 15 tonight? Yeah, holy crap. So tonight we've got the Rangers and Canes, Sabres, Pens, Jets, Capitals, Bruins, Islanders, Leafs, Jackets, Flyers, Panthers, Flames, Lightning, Preds, Wings, Blues, Devils. Those are all 7 o'clock games. 9 7 o'clock games. And we had 1 game yesterday. Then at 8:30, Wild the Blackhawks. Then the late games, Sharks and the Avalanche should be good. Canadians and Mammoth. And if you really want to stay up late, starting at 10 o'clock, you got the Sens and the Knights, the Canucks and the Ducks, and then the Stars and the Kraken. So there's only 2 teams, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's only 2 teams not playing. And I guess that's Edmonton and Dallas who played yesterday. Am I correct? Yeah, that's it. Yeah. No, Dallas played. Dallas is playing. So Edmonton is not playing tonight. And one other team. One other team is not playing tonight. Everybody else is playing. Prague says, I believe Carter Hart's supposed to sign with Vegas. I thought he was already supposed to do it. I mean, I thought that already was basically a done deal, right? Oh, where's the somebody said that the USA Olympic jerseys were out. Is that on Twitter? I didn't look at that. Let me see. Is this them? Okay, here we go. Yeah, pretty understated. I mean, it kind of looks pretty much like you would expect. Looks like a Rangers uniform. I'll share the page. Nothing overtly exciting. There you go. Pretty much what you'd expect, right? Red, white, and blue. Very, very standard, basic stuff. No big deal. They're nice. Definitely looks like a Rangers jersey, but obviously with the colors, that's what you're going to have. So nice enough. Nothing to sneeze at. Looks better than France and Canada's. Let me see. I can go back and let me see. What about do we have these up? USA Hockey. Here, hold on. Let me share it. Let me come back and share it again. So I guess this is France. Well, that don't really show us much, guys. There we go. Ugh. Yuck. That looks like a shirt that you buy at the thrift store for your toddler. And you talk them down from $2 to $1. That's what that looks like. Yeah, somebody says that's a whole lot of barcodes on that jersey. Yeah, that's not great. What about Canada? Let's see. Oh, I got to take out the US part. That's USA. USA. Is this team? That's USA. I'm not seeing the Canadian jersey here at all. Did Canada reveal? Oh, here we go. Is this it? No, yeah. That's not bad. That's not bad. It's certainly better than France. It looks like a stormtrooper outfit. This looks like a stormtrooper outfit. Huh. What do you guys think? Yeah, the one with the black leaf, it looks like a stormtrooper outfit. Yeah. But it's pretty cool, yeah. So some people think 58 thinks it's goofy, but then you think the other one's cool, right? So you guys don't like the black leaf? Let me see. I like this one down here. I'm colorblind, so I'm not sure what color this jersey is here. Is that a red? This, let me see. Do they have it up close to that one? Not really. I mean, that's a choice. That's a choice. The white, that I like. That one I like. I got no problem with that one. And I guess that looks like almost like pumpkin. It looks a little bit pumpkin-y. It's festive. It's black and red. Gotcha. Yeah, so those are pretty good. Oh yeah, JC says reminds me of a GI Joe Cobra uniform. There you go. Yeah, that's not bad. It's not bad. All right, everybody, I gotta roll. I gotta go to the grocery store. I don't want to go to the grocery store, but I have to because Diet's going to be here Friday, but we're getting Domino's for tomorrow. Donna and I are going to have Domino's all day tomorrow, and get sick. But I got to get stuff for Friday and all of that. I got a free turkey coming because I spent like $400 in the last 2 weeks or whatever it is. So I'm going to go do that. Thank you all for hanging out. I'm going to have a schedule out later. I'll post the schedule later in terms of we got the game tonight, and then the live streaming schedule tomorrow, and then again on Black Friday. Going to get some rest. I'll be glad when I'm done with the grocery shopping. That's for sure. So, all right, everybody, appreciate all of the support, and make sure go start some fun trade rumors. Go start some trade rumors. Should we troll them? Should we say, hey, the Flying Fluffy guy, go to the Leafs Discord and tell him that, like, the Flying Fluffy guy said, yeah, he heard it's going to be Stamkos and Marchessault for Verhaeghe. Yeah, tell him I said that. All right, everybody, we'll see you tonight. Oh yeah, member stream starts tonight, 45 minutes before the game, and then we'll keep